this is exactly what we were expecting, and we will keep supporting from this end to ensure that when you win the gubernatorial elections and you become the governor of Edo State, we will be here to help you push all those policies and programs through. We'll be going now to Russia. Do we have a comment or a question from Russia? We have Mr. Osaru from Russia. Please go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead with a question or comment.
Yes, sir. My name is Mavis Osaru Mogude, the Vice Chairman, APC Russia, and by the grace of God, the Chairman of Edo Union, Moscow, Russia. So it's a great privilege to have you on our platform. My first question is, what are your plans for the Edos in the diaspora? If by the grace of God you become the state governor, especially here in Russia, where we have never received any city governor visiting us here. It's a very big issue that we are trying to pull together ever since I have been in this country. So I'm trying to know, if you become the governor by the grace of God after 9th of September, how are you going to put all those things in place? And secondly, sir, what are the plans to bring all the angry members of APC together now that PDP is trying to dominate Edo State? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Osaru.
Thank you very much. Diaspora remittance has become a major foreign exchange earner for our country, even more than oil. And apart from Lagos, Edo State is the second highest in terms of foreign diaspora remittance receipts. So that will tell you the impact those in the diaspora they have made to the economy of our country and to Edo State in particular. Unfortunately, government has never had in place a clear-cut plan of dialogue and engagement with this very important set of people. We intend to dialogue with them on a very serious basis because we believe that our development, our progress is also tied to them. So we are going to have a desk whereby we are going to interact with them, not only those in Europe or in America, but all over the world, even in Asia, even in African countries. And many of them have become experts in various fields. We need their expertise. Many of them have capital. We need it to jumpstart a lot of economy. And what is important is that we are going to create a situation where from when they come, they be treated as VIPs. They will not come to our state as strangers. When they are coming to our state, we'll ensure we provide security, we'll ensure we look after them. And the number of bottlenecks that they have, we will clear all of them. They are not going to find difficulty having land because we'll be there to make sure that nobody keeps them and they get land with a lot of ease. We're going to do that for them. In fact, the ease of doing business, we have to make it simple for them because we need them to come back to our state. And I'm assuring you that we're also going to get diasporas into government so that they can also help us interact better with their counterparts who are there. By the time we do that, and they see that, their own colleagues and friends they knew are now back home handling sensitive positions, I'm sure many of them will be encouraged to come back home. So I assure you we're going to do a very robust and aggressive diaspora engagement. Then for reconciling the groups, I can assure you that my emergence has helped to create that. People were wondering how we're going to be able to have primaries without violence. And all the commentators have applauded our effort. There was no violence. Nobody has disputed the result, and I can assure you that's the spirit with which we are going to go through the election process. APC is a very popular party in our state, and I can assure you that in spite of what has happened in the past few weeks and months, we are going to certainly win the election. I'm going to reach out. I'm not going to see myself as a candidate of a faction. There's no faction in APC.
Definitely.
I intend to reach out, even if I have to beg and appeal to anybody who feels aggrieved. There are many of them who have come. I will tell you, let me give you an incident. Today, for example, the chairman of my ward, Uboko Ward in Orium, Ward 5, who was used against me to say that I don't even have a membership card, whereas he registered me in the work. He came to me and said that they were trying to make him go to PDP. And he said he cannot do that. And that he's very sorry for what they made him do, trying to disown the card he gave to me. And that he wants to assure me that he remains an APC member and I should please forgive him. I said, there's no need to forgive. I'm very happy and delighted that we are back. And I want to assure you that nobody goes to compete against you. You remain the chairman. And that is it. So all our people who, for any reason, were on the other side when we had this, I'm appealing to all of them and I'll bring them back. But let me assure you that when you come to our state, this state will still be controlled by APC. What is happening right now is just a temporary hijack. By the time we do the election, we'll sort out the difference.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Next comment and question is from Osagie Adams. Mr. Osagie Adams, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and you're welcome. My specialty is in the ICT and cybersecurity and social media. And I know that most of elections nowadays are fought on main media and social media. We need to be planning right now in order to engage with social media. There's a lot of bad narratives out there. We need to counter that narrative. There's a lot of expertise that we can use on this area. I have limited expertise on that, but my expertise is in IT, infrastructure, and cybersecurity. Yeah. So we need to engage both on the national level, on the state level, and the local level, because the majority of the electorate have small computer in their hand, and everybody is a journalist. Everybody can, spoon out any fake news. We need to be able to counteract that. So we need to start the planning now. So I will ask you to engage with the party and advise them that they need to set up a committee now to look at this. Infrastructure, cybersecurity, and social media content. Yeah? So
Thank you, Osagie, for that question. Before we go back to the Pastor Iyamu, we'll take one more question. This is from Otumba Wole Olaguju. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, my chairman. Our special guest, candidate for the election in Edo State, Pastor Ize-Iyamu. My name is Wole Olaguju. Please, I just want to ask, what are the areas you want to, what are the exact areas you want us to help you on as regards this coming election? Because as we are in the diaspora, we want to make our own contribution towards the successful election in Edo State, and we want to know what area you think could be of help.
Thank you. Thank you, Prince Wole Olaguju. You can actually start by sending us a check for 5 million to the campaign team. Pastor Iyamu, you have the floor, sir.
Okay, well, I think the second and the first question intertwined in the sense that the guy who talked about social media and cybersecurity, and a man is asking how we can be of assistance. I will say, well, that's one area, because with COVID-19, the campaign is going to radically change. Unlike in the past, when the emphasis was doing big rallies all over the place, this time we need to use technology to communicate with our people. And there's no better way than through the social media. So those of you who are experts in that area, those of you who are social media commentators, those of you who are bloggers, those of you who are good on Twitter, of course we will need you, because the world has become a global village, and you can see it in Russia, you can see it in America, and comment on the issues in Edo as if you are also here. So now you can actively participate in the campaign even without being here. There are a couple of my friends in the diaspora who are so involved in the campaign that people think they are here, but they are not here, they are abroad. and they're able to talk to us, and many of them have superior arguments based on what they have seen and what they have experienced abroad. So you can actually join us in the arena. Distance is no longer a limitation, and participate in the campaign, because we need to talk to people in their homes. We can't go around as usual. We can't do big campaigns. So there's a lot of restriction. But the social media can, invade anybody's privacy and can break the barrier. So that is one area that you can help. Of course, the moderator also mentioned the issue of finance. If you are willing to do so, I'll certainly not reject, and I'll thank you for it.
Thank you, Pastor Iyamu. How do we? Is there a bank account? Is there a campaign fund? How do people get funding to use it? How do we go about it? Because I've actually received about 2 or 3 requests personally, and I would like to know an account number or details that one of your aides could please probably type on the messaging number. Thank you,
Pastor. Maybe this will also emphasize the importance we attach to diaspora engagement, because in our campaign structure, we have a director for diaspora affairs, Mr. Frank Okoyo, who is based in Canada. I want to really apologize to him because I ought to have told him to connect to this program so that he can also monitor what is happening. But please, I will send you his number. They have an account abroad. They also have one in Nigeria. Good. And they've been very supportive. Good. And they are also building up a huge support base abroad.
Fantastic. That is good, Pastor. One other thing, UK, looking at the proximity of the United Kingdom, and also the size of Nigerians in the United Kingdom compared to Canada, and also the fact that you have lots of supporters. You can see them. Now we have close to about 100 delegates on the platform, and this was advertised for less than 24 hours. Looking at that, the number, the proximity to Nigeria, Pastor, would you consider probably also having a diaspora contact for your supporters in the United Kingdom? Is that a possibility? Is that something you will look into?
Yeah. You've made a good point. It's just that we did not want to split the diaspora group. Okay. Because they meet regularly. There are a couple of friends who are also in the UK, Dr. Charles, and so many of them. Okay. They are from the UK. But I would tell them it's obvious that maybe their presence is not as noticeable. If not, I'm sure you would have known about them. So Definitely. They need to get a bit more involved. And if we really need to create one in the UK, we'll do so, because quite honestly, the bulk of our people are there in the UK.
Fantastic. That's correct. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have another question or comment from Professor Ade Omole from the University of Scotland. Professor Ade Omole, you have the floor, sir.
Well, thank you, Prince Omole, for inviting me to this forum. And I say welcome to Pastor Iyamu. Actually, I watch what of you. I've been following you, your development about you, Pastor, and in one of your one of the interviews on the television, the presenter asked you how you would like to be attached to. You mentioned 2 or 3 titles, but you told me that at the end of the day, you are still a pastor. So I will address you as a pastor.
Thank you. Thank you.
A God ordained pastor, which is very good.
Thank you.
Then going to my question. Your agenda is simple, and that is very simple. And the part of the simple agenda, the simple model, that actually strikes me heavily is the infrastructure part of it. The second I in the model that you are going to work with. It's a very good framework, and infrastructure is the one that really strikes me, because I am an expert in that field. My field is logistics and supply chain management, and my research interest is in the area of infrastructure development in Africa. And I presented a lot of papers on this. And at the moment, there is someone from Cross River State that is actually researching for his PhD in port infrastructure development. So, and they say if you want to develop your country, develop the infrastructure. The soft infrastructure and the hard infrastructure. Education, soft infrastructure, education, health, and so on and so forth. And then the hard infrastructure, road, electricity, and all the rest. I am not from Edo State, I'm from Ogun State. But I also know a number of people who are from Edo State or from other states in Nigeria who do have the expertise in this area. We had trained PhD students in this area who are from Edo State. I have 3 Edo State students who are doing their PhD with me at the moment at the University of the West of Scotland in the UK here. One is doing on renewable energy. The other one is doing on food and beverages, etc., etc., etc. So it will be really interesting that you are focusing in this area. And my question follows that we had seen since 1999 lots and lots of our politicians who came to the UK and will say everything and all to us. But they will go there and spend 8 years and we wouldn't actually see anything that has really done in terms of infrastructure development. I want to ask, what are your strategy for infrastructure development in Edo State? Because Edo State is developed infrastructurally. Nigeria is developed. Edo is part of Nigeria. A development in Edo is a development in Nigeria.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you have a strategy for infrastructure development in Edo State?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Prof. Before we go back to the pastor, we'd like to take a comment or question from Lady Merlin. Lady Merlin, you have the floor now.
Okay, thank you very much, Omole, for this privilege. And good evening, Pastor. Thank you and congratulations for flagging us up. I'm also a solid APC member from Southeast, precisely at Edo State. My straightforward question is, in Edo State, the APC right now is divided. And thank God for somebody like you to come on board to get this flag. Are you making any effort? Is there any effort that you put in place to bring Edo people together to trust APC again? Because now it looks like a few of them are now following another camp that is not APC because of the problems we have now in Edo. Are you going to put something in place to convince Edo people that you are there for them and what you will do for them to bring them together for APC to be solidified again in the state?
Thank you. Thank you, Lady Merlin. Pastor, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, Prof. Let me address the issue of which is the second item on my agenda after CPT. As you know, there's no way anybody will come to your state if infrastructures are not there. That would be additional cost that they cannot afford. So they expect a level of infrastructural development if they must come. Unlike many people in the past, we have tried to do a needs assessment. We have tried to look at areas in our state that need priority attention. And I can tell you this for free. There's been too much insincerity in the past. A lot of projects are inflated. Money that is spent on a project can actually deliver on 20 projects. So if you have a situation where a government is sincere A government is transparent. A government is accountable. A government, takes time to regularly monitor projects. You are going to see better delivery, which means when we say we are going to do a project, we'll do it at cost, we'll follow it up and ensure that it's done to standard. It's no rock science. There's no rocket science about it. And like you also rightly said, there are so many of our people who are experts in these fields. We intend to locate them. I would rather bring my brother in the diaspora than use foreigners, who are not here. So we are going to encourage where we lack experts in these fields. We will go to our brothers in the diaspora and encourage them to come. I know that if we give them responsibility and we back it up with the resources to work, many of them willingly will come here and work, even if they have to take a little reduction compared to what we are getting abroad. So I'm sure these things can happen. What is important is, are we sincere? Are we focused? Are we serious? And we're not going to cite projects based on sentimental reasons. For roads, for example, we're going to be looking at strategic roads that connect communities. We don't want a road that goes to nowhere. We want a road that will open up the rural areas, open up farm settlements, roads that will bridge communities. So whatever we are doing, we will be looking at the strategic importance of what we are doing. We believe that we need to have light so that more people can also stay in the rural areas. So I can assure you that what we are going to do is going to be devoid of sentiment and it's going to be very transparent. We are going to make sure that every kobo from henceforth, we can account for it. Yes, it is true that people have said things like this in the past and we have walked away. But the difference is this. One, unlike many people who want to come to government and they have no documents that tells you what they want to do, I have put my reputation on the line by coming up with a simple agenda. This is my document. Please read it. And when I'm in government, continue to assess me. So every year, you'll be able to tell me, you did this or you didn't do that, and you wrote it down. So by bringing out that document, printing it and circulating it, I'll put my reputation on the line. And then unlike many who will do rubbish and walk away, I can't go anywhere. You guys are lucky you can afford to stay abroad. I'm a very local person. The weather will not make me stay there. The food will not make me stay there. So for somebody like me who's very local, I have nowhere to go. So since I have nowhere to go, I have a duty to make it as attractive as possible for myself and for my children. So please be rest assured that it's one issue that I will take very seriously. And then Madam talked about reconciling the worry factors. Please be rest assured that we will do so. And let me tell you the truth. The whole crisis was based on the governor's insistence on coming back without regard to party leadership. The governor said that my second term is non-negotiable. I've never heard that in a democracy. To say that it's non-negotiable means that the people have no opinion. It means that even God have no say. It's non-negotiable. And we said, no, you can't say that. You were elected by people. So no matter the governor you think you are, you cannot tell them that it is non-negotiable. In any event, what have you been done in Edo State to warrant such a statement? All of us, those of you abroad, you know what is here. Insecurity is still all-time high. Development is not there. We don't have any hospital. We don't have pipe and water. So what are you talking about? So that is what created the crisis. I will tell you this. Most of those who have gone with him are political appointees. Political appointees will go with you until your tenure is about to end, and then they will return back. We have followers. There's a huge difference between followers and political appointees. The followers will follow you, but political appointees, they follow the job. So the governor, his tenure is numbered. So I have no doubt at all that APC will win and will come out stronger by the time we finish the election.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor. We have another quick comment from Honorable Felix Ajayi. You have the floor, sir. Honorable Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Omole. Your Excellency, sir. I call you Excellency because I know that what you call yourself is what God will do. I congratulate you for being our flag bearer. I know that the good Lord who have started the good work in you will complete in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
Sir,
Amen.
I'm going back to the question raised by Prince Omole before my question. I'm speaking to you, sir, as someone who has been a member of Strategy and Planning Committee in Lagos State in 2007 election, that delivered BRF. I was a member of campaign committee that delivered election in 2011. I served the Lagos State government. Sir, diaspora, when it comes to diaspora, Canada, America, United Kingdom, France, Spain, they are independent of one another. There is no arrow, their support base could work in a unitary style. So, as a matter of importance, try and get solid representative from each of these countries. And by saying that, I want to recognize the presence of our Honorable Obiago, Ogodomi Ogodo. I salute you, sir. Sir, so going forward, let's see what we can do to ensure that we have representation. And to buttress what we have earlier said about we are the third people that ginger economy in Nigeria. So we are affluent on social media, and there's a lot that we can do to write the work. Now, I noticed in our party that a lot of court injunction, court orders are not usually abated. I would like to know, do you have any pending court order or injunction on your name, sir? That's number one. Number two, what is your relationship with our leader, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed? Is he ready to use his arsenal in full gear to support you?
Thank you.
And then thirdly, sir, to round up, we, like Prince Ade Omole have said, we cannot afford to lose Edo. God has given us, like the Israelites, God has given them the land. And he said to them, you have stayed on this mountain for too long. So they need to move. We need to take a step of faith. God has given us, but we need to do what is needful. We have to do everything humanly possible and with the help of God to ensure God will help us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Before we go back to the pastor, we'll take the last comment because the pastor, Pastor Iyamu has another engagement. He has to leave. We'll take the last comment from Mr. Hafiz. Mr. Hafiz, please go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead, sir. We can all hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Pastor. He is your friend, Comrade Hafiz from Lagos. I think we've always been in contact. But I want to tell you congratulations for the party giving you their trust for you to flag our flag in the next coming election. And I want to tell you, for one, I believe in your capacity. I followed your political antecedents over time. You are the right person Edo State needs right now. Yes, really, we are not in Edo State, but one important thing about us is a better Edo State for all. And right now, you are the only person that can give us that. But I want to ask you, sir, please, as we are developing infrastructure in Edo State, let's also look at human capital development. Like some of us, we try our little best to also contribute our little quota to help our people out there, that need assistance to seek for higher education and all the rest. I think your government should also look at those areas so that at the end of the day, those people, their dreams should not just die down. Because the best way to develop a nation is through human capacity development. So I want to ask, is there any plan for those people, for those grads? Because if you look at some other states, they have plans, even postgraduate plan outside the country. So I want you to also look at this area. And when you need us, we are always available. We are ready to work for you pro bono. So that's what I want to tell you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz. Thank you so much. Pastor Iyamu, you have the floor, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, the question on injunction is unfortunate that many people are using the law court to truncate the political process. But to the glory of God, there's no injunction hanging on it. They are more or less cleared to contest the election. I believe that many of these issues will be resolved very soon. The national leadership are concerned about it, and they are working on the clock, even though not publicly, to deal with these issues. And then my relationship with Asiwaju, of course, He's our national leader. I have a very good relationship with him. I've known him from way back. And I'm sure you know that the moment you become the candidate of the party, you can count on Asiwaju giving you full support. So I'm not just an aspirant. I'm the candidate of the party. Asiwaju's politics is not localized to the Southwest. So even in Edo, I know he will be interested in ensuring that we win. And they will count on his goodwill. Now, I want to thank my friend Afiz, who spoke last just now. Anytime we need your support, we need it now, so please come. But on the specific question we're talking about, human capacity development, of course, it's in a simple agenda. We talked about manpower development, and that was the key area in our simple agenda. I want to assure you that we will not just do infrastructure. Prof tried to define it as soft and hard infrastructure. But in our own case, we created room for manpower development. We believe that our people must get the best training that we can give them. We will encourage them so that they can be competitive anywhere in the world. So I can assure you that that is going to be one area that we're not going to play with. We're going to deliberately invite experts and organizations from all over the world to come from time to time to help train our people. And by the time they see the willingness of our people are naturally brilliant. And with the right environment and right encouragement, they will excel. So I can assure you something that we're going to do. And we think that in 4 years, we would have been able to turn our state around.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Iyamu. On this note, I'd like to say on behalf of Nigerians in the diaspora, I'd like to say a big thank you, Pastor Iyamu, for making time to be with us this evening. We really appreciate you. We will continue to support you. And when we get those details of the chap in Canada, we will link up with him and we will channel any funding coming to us through him to your campaign in Nigeria. Thank you so much once again. And I'm going to unmute everybody so that they can clap for you. Thank you so much. Everybody is unmuted. Please, let's clap. Let's clap.
Your victory is sure. Your victory is sure. Your victory is sure. Thank you.
Well done, sir.
Congratulations to you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Gallo.
Yes.
Your inauguration. Going to do on your inauguration, sir.
We hope that you send us 100 of inauguration invitation cards. Your inauguration 50 invitation for the diaspora.
God will forsake all of you.
We are close to that one.
Very good if
we can't use that. We all know it, but all every day.